Okay, we're ready to move on in our linear relations and equations unit. So you've practiced graphing from coordinates, and you've looked at how you can create a table of values from an equation and how that table of values can help you graph your linear relation in a visible format. So now we're going to take a look at a shortcut. We're going to find a really quick way of going straight from the equation to the graph without having to build the table of values in the middle, though that is a really valuable exercise to do. So let's deal with a little bit of our vocabulary. So slope is the rate of change, okay, is the rate of change, and it's specifically the rate of change of y with regards to x. There's another way of writing that. The change in y can be represented as delta y. The change in x can be represented as delta x. So let's just quick put that in here. That's delta. It's one of the Greek letters, and it means change in. So we've got delta y over delta x. So how does y change as x changes? And this visually looks like the steepness, okay? So if y is changing very slowly with regards to x, your line is going to have a very flat slope. If y is changing very quickly, your line is going to have a very steep slope. Okay? It can be positive or negative, where it's going to change, and those are all things that we need to keep an eye on. We also have this idea of m, and m is a letter that we use to represent slope. Okay? So anytime from now on you see the letter m, you should automatically think slope. M is slope, m is slope, m is slope. The y-intercept is a very interesting number for us. It's where the relation crosses the y-axis. Now remembering that the y-axis is that vertical axis, right? So we're just going to remember that that is the y-axis. And B is the other letter that we use that has a very specific meaning in this unit, and B is the y value of the y-intercept. Okay, so if you look at both of these ideas, the y-intercept is a coordinate 0b. So remember we said everything on the y-axis has x equals 0. Everything on the y-axis. Any point on the y-axis, the x coordinate will be 0. So obviously that means we have 0 there. And then b is the y value of the y-intercept. So 0b are how the structure of the y-intercept is always written. And now, why do we need m and why do we need b? Why am I introducing these concepts to you? Well, let me just highlight the title here, Graphing Linear Equations Using y equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b is a very specific format of a linear equation. And it's called slope intercept form. It's called slope intercept form. It's y equals mx plus b. There's the m, there's the b. By knowing m and b, we can skip the step that takes us to the table of values. We can skip it entirely. which makes our life a lot quicker. Let's take a look at an example. Okay, y equals negative 2x minus 2. So, if y equals mx plus b, m must be negative 2, and b is negative 2. This is b here. Okay, right there. And this is m. Right there. How does that help us? Well, remember we said that b is the y value of the y-intercept. So if b equals negative 2, therefore we know the y-intercept is 0, negative 2. We can take that and put that directly on the graph. Let's do that now. So I'm going to take 0, negative 2. 0, negative 2 is right there. So I put 0, negative 2 on there. Now, once we have one point, I can use the slope to find all the other points. Remember, the slope is the change in y over the change in x. Let's look at this. I'm going to do this in red. So this, okay, is delta y over delta x. Delta y is going to be negative 2. What's delta x going to be? It's going to be 1. Remember, any whole number can be written as a fraction over 1. So if I have 5, it's the same as 5 over 1. If I have negative 100, it's the same as negative 100 over 1. They're the same thing. So anytime you see that slope value and there's no fraction involved, you just put it over 1. And so we're going to change y by negative 2 and x by 1. So let me go. I'm going to change y by negative 2. Negative 2, I'm going to continue downwards in a negative direction. I'm going to go negative 2. You see I've gone down 2 spots on that graph. And then I'm changing the x by 1. It's positive 1, so I have to go in a positive direction to there. And that's my next point. Can I do it again? Sure, every point's going to change by the exact same amount. So down to positive 1, down to positive 1, right there. What about the other direction? How do I create the line going the other way? So the thing about fractions is there's two ways of writing them when they're negative or when they're positive. Negative 2 divided by 1 is negative 2. 2 divided by negative 1 is also negative 2. So I can write that both ways. So that means that I could go positive 2, negative 1, positive 2, negative 1, and create those lines there. Once I have 3 points, 4 points, I can draw my line. I'm going to get my ruler. I'm going to draw my line. Okay, and I'm not going to forget to put the arrows on either side. So I have skipped my table of values completely. And I've gone straight from the equation to the line. Let's just test to make sure that we have that correct. And I'm going to do some x and y values here. So x and y on my table of values. Excuse me. 1, 0, 1. Let's do those. So negative 1, I put in negative 1, it's times negative 2. Negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Positive 2 minus 1 is positive 2 minus 2. My apologies. Positive 2 minus 2 is 0, right there. If I say x equals 0, I get negative 2 times 0 is 0, so that's going to be minus 2. If I say 1, I get negative 2 minus 2, I'm going to have negative 4. So let's take a look. Is negative 1, 0 on the line? There's negative 1, 0. there's 0, negative 2. That's our y-intercept. And there is 1, negative 4. So you can see this all makes perfect sense. Instead of taking the time to create the table of values, I'm using a shortcut based on what slope is, knowing that once I have 1 point on that relation, I can use how x and y change to figure out all the other points. So let's do one more quickly. I know the formatting is a little strange here, guys, but I hope you can see the graph properly there. So let's figure out, first we're going to say, what is m? What is b? Here's an interesting one. M in this case is 1 over 1. Okay? This is m, and it's one of those ones that we're too lazy to write because we don't really need it. So it's 1 over 1. That means the change in y is 1, and the change in x is 1. What's b? The b value is positive 3. So that means the y-intercept is 0, positive 3. Let's put these on the graph. 0, positive 3 is right there. That's the point at which our line is going to cross the y-axis. And then we have a slope of 1. So it's positive 1 in the y, positive 1 in the x, positive 1y, positive 1x, positive 1y, positive 1x, like that. Negative over a negative. Remember, we could say this is or negative 1 over negative 1. What's a negative divided by negative? Still a positive, so negative 1, negative 1. This takes us on the diagonal like that. Get my handy-dandy ruler. Draw my relation. There we go. And I'm done.